Now it's become apparent that most people really enjoy good extra virgin olive oil. But if we're going to have that oil, then olives must be harvested and taken to the mill for processing. And another interesting fact is that every country seems to have their own way of crushing this amazing fruit.
You see one that goes up and one that goes down. If you see these two, this has more leaves and it's more, looks much better than this one that goes down, which is a little tired.
As you can see, we still kind of pick olives the old-fashioned way. There's a little mixture of technology with the machine that shakes the branches to get the olives off the trees. But you still have to follow it up with someone who has a stick who beats the rest of the olives off the trees, and a couple of guys who are going to pull the nets to collect all the olives before they go into the truck.
That's finished. It is magical tool. I am very careful when I buy this. I like when they are not too large, because then you cannot get in very easily, and not too deep. Not here, no. This size is okay.
So why is so much care given to how the olives are harvested? And what's all this conversation about the beneficial fat in olives?
Our brain is 67% fat. So you need good fat to maintain your brain health. But generally fat is also important because of the special kind of nutrients that it contains.
Extra virgin olive oil has, I think, a very unique role in medicine and research, because it's one food that you can say, if people use extra virgin olive oil, particularly instead of vegetable seed oils, like soybean, safflower, corn oil. If they remove those from their diet and add extra virgin olive oil, it's just incredible how many health benefits they can have as a result. Vegetable seed oils, I think, are actually unhealthy because they increase oxidation. They do things in our body that are not healthy for us. It tastes good. Everyone likes extra virgin olive oil, if it's truly extra virgin olive oil. Interestingly, when you look at surveys of Americans and they're asked to try store-brand olive oils, they don't recognize a good extra virgin olive oil. Most Americans think extra virgin olive oil will taste like a rancid product because what they're used to consuming. So when you introduce people to real extra virgin olive oil, I have had men in their 80s, late 80s, who've never had olive oil before, who are now completely sold on using extra virgin olive oil. So I find it one of the easiest foods I've ever had to get people to try. It's because everyone likes it. It has to be extra virgin olive oil to have the health benefits. You can buy refined olive oil. It's just usually labeled olive oil. But when it's extra virgin olive oil, it's the juice of the olive. So it's directly expressed. And what makes olive oil healthy are these components that are called phenols, P-H-E-N-O-L-S. The exact mechanisms have not really been worked out. There's some animal studies, there's some test tube studies, but to my knowledge, no one has exactly figured out how they work. But what is interesting is it's very consistent. When you give people olive oil in a study situation, you will always see reductions in blood pressure. You will always see reductions in insulin and glucose, inflammation. So it's not something that you'd say from study to study you have varying results, which is very interesting from a research perspective.
What I've also discovered is you put one olive oil next to another olive oil next to another olive oil, you can really taste the differences. The California that I chose had a nice grassy taste to it. The one from Spain had a real peppery edge to it, and various different nuances in the olive oil pair well with different foods.
In this film, we'll see how it's done in two regions of Italy and Greece, Puglia and Icaria. Since everyone uses the same mill, that raises the question of how do you know whose oil is whose? Again, Paul Capelli.
So once the grower drops off his olives here to be milled and turned into oil, they put into these containers with the grower's name in each container so that everyone knows which are their olives and which is going to be their oil. So they just put on these little tags like this one here, Vito Gianelli, and this is the step preceding the milling of the oil. These will stay here for 24 to 48 hours, no more than 48 hours, because if you let them stay too long, the olives start to rot, they start to heat up, and then your oil will be rancid and therefore no good. The olives go on this conveyor belt and into this machine. This machine cleans and shakes out the olives from the leaves. The leaves end up on one side, the olives on the other. Part of the deal here on whether or not you can actually be profitable making olive oil is all based on yield. The yield that you get from your olives. So it's a percentage. You need at least 15% of yield to make a profit on your olive oil. So when you bring it to the mill, you're charged by the weight of the olives. So if you're also weighing your leaves as well as your olives, you're paying for a weight that is not going to be used, which is the leaves and the stems. So you want to make sure that your olives are clean, there's no dirt and no leaves, so that you can get more of a yield of olive oil from every olive that you press.
Thanks for watching part 2 of The Truth About Oil, Harvest. Please stay tuned for part 3 coming soon, Making Oil. And if you missed part 1, look for it on Vimeo and Facebook.